point that how United States and Canada, when you see a rainbow, we've all seen rainbows, right? When you live in North America, when you see a rainbow, big rainbow. I actually have a video with rainbows. I don't know if you remember that. Post one up. Yeah. You'll see what the rainbows look like, and they'll show you on there. It's kind of like, it's really high, and it's very shiny. But when you go to like Australia and stuff, the rainbows are very like, instead of being like this, or like for the camera, like instead of being like that, they're like this, very low. And if you look at the flat Earth map and how it's created, it would make sense, because if we're a flat Earth, right, and we're in a dome like this, North America is right in the middle, nice and high, so you have a big rainbow. But Australia is over here, where the dome comes down like that. So you have a very small rainbow because of the dome and the firmament.
You know, you could make anything make sense.
Yes, you could, but yeah, with enough bullshit. But you know,
exactly.
Don't tell me anybody.
I used to sell dogs, so I'm the king of bullshit, right?
Billy, don't tell me anybody's playing with the weather.
All right. Well, you guys watch this. It's only like 2 minutes, right? Okay. 2-3 minutes. Watch it, and then we'll talk more about it. And please, viewers, give us. I want your comment, even if you're not watching now. If you watch this later, because we need more information on this. There's something going on, and like they're lying to us. They're lying to us.
They just want to lie about that.
That's it, man. You'll see. Check this out, and then you tell me.
You guys ever notice how tiny and small the rainbows are in Australia? My boy Lyndon took this video in Australia, and you can just see how tiny the arch is on the rainbows in Australia. Isn't that super interesting? Because this is what a rainbow looks like in Vancouver, Canada. This one's in Ontario that I took a while ago, and you can see like how massive this rainbow is. They are huge in Canada. Now let's take a look at what your loving government has told you. This is how rainbows are created, guys. Bah. The sun rays hit the raindrops. It refracts twice, and then the observer sees the rainbow. Now that's interesting, because in order for us to scientifically create a rainbow, like actually use real science, create a rainbow inside, we need sunlight, we need water, and an object that can act as a prism. So where's the prism here? We got sunlight, we got water, but where's the prism? Now, if this is really what's happening here, guys, how is it that Australia's rainbows are like this, and then Canada's rainbows are like this? It's almost as if there is a prism of some sorts, and maybe that prism is higher in Canada than it is in Australia. Now we're going to take this even one step further and show you what a rainbow looks like in Antarctica. It's pretty much touching the ground. Again, if this is happening, how is that possible? It's pseudoscience. Prism, we need a prism, water, and sunlight, real science. We can do this ourselves. We can tangibly measure it, observe it, and repeat it, which is the definition of science. Now hold on just a minute. I don't know if you guys have read the Bible or researched our ancient ancestors. You know, these people that were much more wise than you are. They've told us many times in many different ways that there is a firmament over the earth, a dome, the shape of a rainbow. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, as above so below. Genesis 1:7. Water, sunlight, prism. All right, so according to the Bible and our ancient ancestors, this is what the earth actually looks like. This is an old map. This is the standard map of the world before the world elites came along, by the way. Antarctica is a 360-degree ice wall around our stationary flat earth. And if there's a dome encompassing the earth, it would be the highest point in the middle, right? The edges are in Antarctica. Here's Canada, Canadian rainbows. Here's Australia, Australian rainbows. And here, and all-encompassing, is Antarctica. And here is Antarctica's rainbows. Now, rainbows are 100% proof that we live under a dome. If you guys wish to understand the real secrets of this universe, well, I'm exposing it all in my 100% free community. So comment the word truth, and I will send you an exclusive link.
All right, come on now. That was informative.
It was. You know what? I'm not a flat earther by any means. I am big on astronomy and big on the whole thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I have a question now, because I could see why people believe this. Okay.
That rainbow thing is kind of freaky, because it
That's
really
what I'm
does
saying.
like make sense.
And it does. And the whole dome thing, I was like, okay. But
no, you're right. Well, but with that too, if the earth is circular, it's going to be like that no matter where you are on the Earth. So Antarctica, the South and North Poles are going to be like that. So they're going to have a smaller rainbow as well.
Right.
Same with Australia, because flat Earth and a globe is similar. Flat Earth is just half of a globe.
Right,
You
but
know,
that's what I was going to say when it was showing that. Is now the Earth rotates. That's 24 hours. It rotates.
Yeah, hundreds of thousand miles an hour or some shit.
No, however miles an hour, I don't know. Yeah. I just know it takes 24 hours to do a complete rotation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that, I don't know, does that mean rotate like this, or does that mean rotate around? No,
well, no, it rotates
around
like this.
The sun is a year.
Yeah, exactly. Around the sun in 1 year, but then 24 hours it rotates.
So if it's rotating, wouldn't you see the flat side? If it was flat. Point made, right?
If it was flat, what with the sun?
If it was flat, like a flat earther, and you're seeing the dome side, and that's where we all are, and the other side has like shit on it, right? When it turns, wouldn't you see the flats? Wouldn't the astronomers
because
seen it?
The flat earthers, the Earth doesn't spin. The Earth is flat. The sun is circular, and the moon around this way. They go this way over the Earth.
So you're saying that
here's
the sun
is the
moon orbit the Earth.
Flat earthers say that the planet is stationary. It's stationary. It's flat with your dome, right? And the Earth and sun circulate this around here. That's why they say the North Star. Because here's another one. They said like the stars above, right? The North Star is always like in one location. Right? It's always north, this and that. It has never moved since we've been discovering stars. And they said, if the Earth is spinning and our universe is going, one direction, one speed, and the whole universe is expanding, other universes are going, wouldn't the stars move? Wouldn't they not be in the same exact?
They do move. If you look at Little Dipper, it's over there sometimes.
They're at the same time they have a path. They're always been in the same path. They've never detoured off their paths. They've never gotten further from their path or shorter. They're always in the same. But then I guess if everybody's moving at the same speed, it would be unison. I don't know.
Yeah, see, Bonnie said the moon keeps our planet's rotation. If the moon goes, we are screwed. Yes, that's what I
speaking of Bonnie, the potato sacks. Right? Yeah. I've seen these on Temu. But they have them on Amazon as well.
She sent it in Messenger, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is nice.
Yeah, thank you so much.
But now, I know exactly what you're talking about. I was going to buy those because I use similar. I have giant plastic cups. They're huge. They're only $30 normally, but at the end of the year at Home Depot, when they're trying to get rid of it, they knock them down to $6. And they're like 30-gallon tubs. Like they're big, 30 or 40-gallon tubs. They're big. And that's what we grow ours in. We have about 10 of them. I'm going to buy another 10 this year.
They are.
The potatoes are doing, they thrive in those. And the sacks too, exactly. Those are the best way to grow potatoes because they have just enough room where they all pack in there. You can plant like 3 little pieces of potato and then you get like 20, 30 potatoes in the sack.
Right.
So it works out really good. Thank you so much for sending that. And since we're still on flat Earth, right? I got something else with the planets. All right. This one's good, guys. If I can find it, give me 1 second. I want to make sure I have it before I start talking crap. I thought I had. Yes. All right. So during a solar eclipse, we all know solar eclipses, right? And you see the sun up there, and that's when the moon passes in front of the sun. Now, the question that they have and that they brought to my attention is, how come if the moon's going in front of the sun, if you do a science experiment, you make the sun with an object that goes in front of it, you will see that black object from a distance coming into the sun, then covering it, then going over. How come we don't see that with the moon? Shouldn't we see the moon approaching? We only see the moon the second it's in front of the sun. How come we don't see it approaching? Like even now during the day, you see the moon out there. You know, days when you see the moon on this side.
Yeah, that's cool.
See the moon. So how come we don't see the moon go into it? We should 100%.
It depends on where the sun is shining, reflecting on the moon.
Sometimes
I don't know.
Because we see the sun over there, we see the moon over there.
You always see if the moon is, So I don't know. I mean, you have a point. Maybe it's reflecting a certain way.
It does, yeah.
It just seems weird.
Maybe it's reflecting off the dome.
Well, I'm going to ask my cousin, who's extremely smart an astronomer that I've only met when we were like kids, and now.
But I want to ask him.
But he's an astronomer. He's extremely smart.
Well, let's hear this out. Let's watch this video, and then we'll talk about it a little bit.
Before I say anything, watch this.
We haven't seen the moon in the sky all day except for this one moment right here. That is not the moon. Think about it. If that were the moon, it would have been lit up so bright right before it eclipsed the sun, brighter than we normally see it. but we didn't see that at all, and it would have been the same thing right after the eclipse. You would have seen the moon brighter than ever before, but you didn't. You didn't see it nowhere today except for this one time right here. If it were the moon, this is how it would have looked. If you believe what they tell you, this is how it would look right here. But it doesn't. That's not the way it looked. That's not what you seen today. You didn't see the moon until it was supposedly covering the sun. This is what you saw. You seen the sun itself filling up with what looks like a black circular object. But what you don't see is the rest of the black circular object. Where's it at? It's not there. You do not see the rest of the object before it supposedly passes the path of the sun. Now watch again. You can see the sun itself filling up with what looks like a circular object. But where is the rest of the circular object? Right here, look. There's nothing there. If this were a solid object passing in front of the sun, this is what you would see. You would see the whole object. But that's not what you see. It's just totally not there. Nothing there. Proving that it is not a solid object. What you are truly looking at here is called an optical illusion. The supposed circular object that is passing across the sun's path is nowhere near the sun. It is in a total different location of the firmament, and what you are witnessing is reflectivity, giving you the optical illusion that one sphere is passing in front of another sphere, only because that's what you've been told your whole life. Now I'm going to show you what's really going on here. Now the sun is here, but the optical illusion of the eclipse is taking place in a total different spot of the firmament, as you see here. Now you'll see here, just as you've seen with the supposed eclipse, that the object cannot be seen before it passes the sun, proving that it is nothing more than an optical illusion and that you have been lied to.
In the past, I've made several videos.
I just don't want to drag it on forever, but you guys get the point on that one.
Yeah.
And I don't know. What's your opinion on that?
I think that the way he's saying it is the way I would see it, that you wouldn't see the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And did you ever, you're seeing what he's showing you on that, but did you ever see it in person? What does it look like in person?
We watched it the other time in person.
That was
Remember I had my
solar
5 glass sunglasses
Yeah,
on?
but that's a solar eclipse.
Yeah.
Is this a lunar or a solar?
I think that's a lunar. Solar eclipse is when the sun, the earth, the moon goes in front of the sun. This is solar eclipse.
I don't know.
But yeah, what do we have here? Class, high school. Different. We're gonna have to catch up on messages here. There's a few here that I haven't seen. Let's go to this one with potatoes. The moon is what makes our tides. Yes, that's true. Each season we see
certain skies, which is true, and I always could tell by where our sun sets. That's another thing. Where I look at my backyard, in the summer, the sun sets way over that way.
Yep.
And then it's like now sun's coming, and it does in the sun, and you can see.
And in the wintertime, it's like
right over here.
Right here, right in front of us.
Marty said something about science project. She's done the Stonehenge as her base, and she's the sun and moon. But that's like with the Stonehenge is kind of where you're seeing the shadow. I thought, right?
I don't know.
Like an eclipse.
I don't know.
I have to look at
that. That's with the shadows and stuff.
Look up the size of the sun. The moon is here.
Yeah, she's right though. The sun and the moon are millions of miles apart. You know, so.
But wouldn't you see, like how he showed? Okay, I get that the sun's bright, and you might not be able to see the moon until it's in front of it. But when it does start going in front of it, you would see some type of, sphere behind it. You might not see it perfectly dark, but there should be some remnants of the moon entering the sun.
That guy was showing you something, and in a little can or
he was trying to show the light.
And then he was showing he was going like this.
Yeah.
Same thing as like if you did it like this. But see, the shadow passes over. You're seeing a shadow. See, that's a shadow.
But if the sun,
You don't see a
but
hand.
this isn't a light.
I know.
You have the sun shining light towards it. There should be some type of shadow before it because the sun's full of gas. Like you're doing a light down here, but like if we were down here, we would see the hand going over it. You know what I'm saying? You would see something before, like if that's the sun and this is going like this, you still see my hand. It's not like my hand doesn't show up till here. No, you're gonna see it prior.
No, I don't
It
think it
doesn't
works
make
that way.
sense. I think it does, but I could be wrong.
I know, but you're a flat earther now.
I'm not. I still don't think it's flat, but it's just not exactly what they think. So I don't know. I thought that was scientific.
Yeah, I thought it was really
educated
interesting too.
You got your education
because
on?
I will look it up and research it when I get time before I go to sleep at night.
And then, this is another one. Since we're on outside, this will be the last one, guys. But this has, it's not has to do with flat Earth, but kind of, because apparently satellites are crashing. Right?
They're dropping like flies.
They're dropping like flies, but as they're dropping, there's balloons attached to them. Like, why are these giant satellites have balloons?
Get out of here.
What they say because there is no space. They fly along the firmament, right? And they're actually suspended by balloons, and then the balloons. Something happens, now they crash into the earth.
Is that what that China thing that was flying over to?
Like
Wasn't
the
that
China
balloons
balloon.
too?
So something like that.
Huh.
But they actually have videos. This was like on the news and stuff. So check this out. All right. And then we'll talk a little more about this one too. And then we'll get off the flat earth thing. We have other stupid things to go with. But this is freaky.
Some of NASA's latest space dreams came crashing down in Central Australia today. A giant helium balloon packed with expensive scientific instruments lost its moorings in high winds.
When a satellite crash landed in their backyard, and their reaction, priceless.
Never know what's going to happen. This baby fell out of the sky and landed in our yard.
Nancy and Dan Welke, cool as cucumbers, discovering a satellite that had crash landed on their property, still blinking and still attached to a parachute. But the Welkes were able to snap a selfie with it before they took it away.
Did you know that NASA has hundreds of these satellite balloons up in the air right now? I never knew these NASA satellites existed before Flat Earth. Have you seen them? Google and many other companies have fleets of these balloons as well. Look up Project Loon. The fact that NASA and its subsidiaries hardly discuss these so-called satellites was a huge proof for me because it evinces a deliberate effort to conceal the fact that space satellites don't exist. The whitewash of these balloon satellites is evidence that they are lying about space satellites. These high-altitude balloons can carry 8,000 pounds and include telescopes, radar equipment, communications equipment, internet, etc.
Now all you got to do is do a little bit of research. These satellites come crashing down all the time in different countries. Now, I know some of you Glovers are going to say, oh, but I can see them blinking up in the sky. I can see them blinking up in the sky at night. Yeah, you can see it blinking up in the sky at night. You just can't see the balloon it's tied to because the sky is dark. But check this out right here. When you catch one passing in front of the moon and you zoom in on it with a P900, you can see the balloon that's carrying it because the moon spotlights its silhouette. Now, once it passes the light of the moon, like I said, you cannot see the balloon anymore due to the darkness of the sky. Now, if you'll go and Google how many satellites are orbiting Earth, it's going to tell you 15 to 18,000 satellites are in orbit in 2026. And here are the images that they give you of all these satellites that are supposedly orbiting the Earth. But yet, when we watch your NASA spacewalks, we never see not one single satellite orbiting the so-called globe Earth from these spacewalks. Check it out yourself. Look, now where's all those satellites that are supposed to be up here orbiting? And we have the same thing on the high-altitude balloon launches. Where's all these 5,000-something satellites that are supposedly orbiting the Earth? They're not there because there is none. The only satellites are on balloons. You're being lied to, people. It's time to wake up.
All right, come on now. Are you glad you watched that? That was pretty good. I thought it was informative. Like it's just weird. I don't know what the answer is. I'm not going to say one way or another, but they're lying to us, and something just the math ain't math in this. That people say nowadays. Math ain't math.
Oh my God, how old are you?
I don't know, like 12 or 13.
The math ain't math.
Math ain't math.
I can't believe they're lying to us.
See, Monty says once the satellite's in outer space, the balloon is gone.
Well, no, because the satellites are found with the balloons, and there's no way that they can. A satellite cannot be filled up with a balloon and go into outer space because of the firmament. Because if you watch even when they do
why
rockets,
is it called firmament now instead of ozone?
Because if you look when they do the rockets, right, they have to pick a certain day with certain weather, and they have to hit a certain trajectory at a certain speed, because they have to hit the firmament at a certain speed to break through it. That's why when you watch the rockets, you see that flash thing. That's because they broke through the firmament. Because if they don't, they'll just crash.
So the
new
it's like hitting a wall. For ozone.
The firmament is like going through a wall. If you go fast enough, you go through the wall. If not, you're going to crash into the wall.
Do you know I've never heard of the firmament or whatever.
That's the ozone layer or whatever you call it.
But I never heard of that. And I used to love like planets.
No, that's a fact, because you see you want to launch rockets. Like, you have to hit a certain
it used
speed.
to be called?
Well, I think it was always called that. You just didn't learn that.
Yes.
It was always called a firmament, and you have to hit it at a certain speed, at a certain angle to break through it. Otherwise, it'll be like hitting a wall and you just explode.
And she said the government has always lied.
Really, I have always lied. That is correct.
Our ozone meets our eggshells.
It's kind of really weird.
You can't break that shit.
It's fine if it have holes in it, so they can go right through the holes.
You know what's so weird, though? I'm telling you, first of all those things that are there are probably for the flock cameras, but it's so weird.
Flock cameras from space. They are basically flock
Who knows?
You know,
right.
But it's probably stores all the data till they do the data centers. But you know what, Marty? You have like you really do have a point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like now I've lost it. Where is it? About the government has always lied. It's true.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, that's the scariest part for me, being 66, right?
Yeah.
Is that it's really like, I can't believe that I'm scared what the government's going to do in general. You know, I'm not saying Trump because I don't believe Trump's the government. I think the government.
No, it's more than it's deeper.
Yeah, he's a puppet. He was a leader, but now he turned into a puppet.
And what scares me, I'm going to be 70.
I really like the guy.
I'm going to be 70. For 60 years of my life, I actually trusted my government.
And every year you hear more.
I actually trusted my government. I was like, what?
You know what really sealed the deal for me? And I don't want to go really off the topic of anything.
No.
But what really sealed the deal for me, and I know I've seen, you know, because I'm one that I really do look into things, or try to anyway. And I remember everybody talking about, like in this house and where I live, about them seeing the sky and everything. Yeah. And then other people saying, it's contrails, it's this, it's that.
And they turn it on and off.
You know, and I'm like, you know what? They could be right. You know,
no, at first I did think until I started analyzing it more and actually seeing it with my own eyes.
No, you know,
if they were contrails, it doesn't make sense that they could turn it off and turn around and go back, and another plane hits where they shut off and turned it on and kept on going. Like, I seen this shit with my own eyes. Plane stop, and you see it'll be blowing the smoke, then it stops, then it blows out again because that's in the tank, you know? Yeah. Blows it out. Then you see it literally hook a right You see another plane start right next to it. So it stopped here, the other plane's over here, and started. So I said, oh, yeah, okay.
No, you see, what made me, because I just want to start the conversation, so we get one point across.
Nobody wants to hear you.
I know, but I did. I said, this is what made me, and you're like, oh, me too, because of blah, blah, blah. No, me too. And it's like, what about me?
Queen to me. That's why she's Queen to me.
But seriously, I was when we had that snowstorm, and you brought in the snow, and the snow did not melt in my hand.
Yeah,
it
like turned like plastic.
It just
no
squeezed it.
No, nothing.
It wasn't a snowball. It became like a piece of plastic.
Yeah,
so it felt like
it didn't feel like ice. It felt like
it
just
never
weird.
melted. It never watered.
Like you make a snowball and you pack it. It's like a snowball. No, this became like plastic.
I was like, oh yeah, that is not right.
We even left that there and never melted.
No, well, when we brought it in here, it never melted.
Yes, it was like weird.
Didn't we put it in the sink or something and it didn't melt for like the whole
it didn't melt.
Hours or something. Yeah.
Yes, it was just
somewhere, and it left like all these little like pellet things.
Yes.
Yes.
I still got the bag out there.
He saved it.
He saved it.
I scooped it all up with the whole roof of our awning was like, what the hell is all this? It was because of the snow. Scooped it all up, put it all in the bag.
Crazy shit.
Yeah, and space garbage is true. You're right. They do have a lot of space
all the
garbage.
time, and that's why you see, like, when you look at night, you see the shooting stars and everything. It's because that's just
that's
space
really
garbage.
not
common.
That's
all space garbage.
Yeah, it's
burning up in the atmosphere.
It's just like now they also say, because I saw something, I don't know if I can see it where I live, but they were saying that these next couple of nights the northern lights are visible again. Now, funny how you could, and I was one of the first people that jumped on the bandwagon, took pictures on my phone. It was great.
We've seen them one time. We had some great northern lights here. We're like, oh
my
god,
but then they say they're really not. They're all the chemicals that are in the air.
Yeah, no. Or it could be Canada burning.
I think it's the pole. I think it's because our polar, whatever the hell they are shifting. Hell, I'm a little brain dead a couple years in. Our polar axes are shifting or something. Where the Earth is like this, North and South Pole, but it's going to do a tilt, and we're in the process of the tilt. It's not immediate, maybe.
I've heard about
that.
That's
why we're
and eventually, like Florida,
it's going to be Alaska.
Yeah.
And it's still going to be cool.
That's why they said the woolly mammoths. They found woolly mammoths, right, buried in snow with still grass and vegetation in their stomach. They said that had to be like a flash freeze. It had to be some, because they didn't live in Antarctica. They lived where there's no plant life in Antarctica. So they had to live where there was plant life that they were eating, and then it had to freeze so fast that it froze them solid and kept the food before it digested and everything in their stomach. So it had to be a major tilt. And I think that they're saying that the northern lights we're seeing is indication that we're going to have that tilt soon.
So Will, let's just picture this. Like if you get that tilt, what happens now? Florida won't be the tropical heat no more.
No.
They'll be shifted up like where
Antarctica will be Florida. Florida will be Antarctica.
Yes.
We'll kind of be the same as we are now.
Well, that's going to match the world we're living in. Good is bad, bad is good.
If you look, there's maps of the new world. And it's supposed to be what the world's going to look like if it flips. Yeah. And we'll be dead because this will be all underwater and stuff. And North America will be two things with giant ocean in between them and stuff.
That's not happening for a million years. We'll all be dead.
But we're actually apparently thousands of years past.
Once the dinosaurs come back,
we're thousands of years past the point of it already should have happened, and it didn't happen. So they're literally saying any day it could happen.
Any day.
But again, they want us to live in fear our whole lives.
Like Sheila.
So it could all be a lie. You could live in fear.
That wasn't a car. That was an airplane.
Oh, that's right. The airplane fell out of the sky. Yeah. Or it could have been a satellite.
But speaking of fear, right? This has nothing to do with it. You guys all buy new cars. Everybody buys new cars every year, right? I remember, when you used to buy a car, first you had to pay extra $200 to get a remote starter. Then the newer cars started coming with the remote starter. Well, now they all come with a remote starter, right? But you got to pay to use it. You got to pay a monthly fee to remote start your car. What the hell, guys? Check this video out. This is what Subaru's doing. I'm pretty sure Mercedes, Lexus have been doing it for years, like the rich people. But now it's going to start going everywhere. Soon your next new car you have a remote start. You just can't use it unless you want to pay $15 a month. So, hear this out, and this just warns everybody.
You
Don't
have the
buy new
technology,
cars.
but they're going to charge you for it.
Everybody just buy all the cars. Let's start fixing these old 90s and 80s. Keep them on the road forever. Let's get away from this 2010 up cars. We just don't need them.
Then they won't
let's get away from the what?
2010 up cars. Let's go 2000 and earlier, and just keep on restoring all those cars. Nobody ever buy a new car.
No, who wants old jalopies?
Because you can fix them like new again, but they don't have all these computer systems, trackers, shut off your car, paying to listen to the radio and shit.
It's all computerized.
Yeah, no, that's.
But you won't be able to buy parts for those cars, Billy. That's like
no, but that's why we, as humanity, we got to come together and open up factories and keep on making those parts. This way, you can keep these cars forever.
Okay.
Anyway, hear this out, and then let me know your. As I muted what I was saying. Anybody watching, just comment. Comment and let me know your thoughts on this one with newer cars, older cars, and paying up monthly fees. So ridiculous.
Subaru charges you a monthly subscription fee to be able to remote start your car. PSA to anybody looking for a new car. Didn't know that when I got the car. I specifically asked, is there remote start? And they were like, yep, no problem. Get home, try to remote start the car with my keys. Doesn't work. I Google everything, doesn't work. I called the dealer and he's like, oh, well, you have to pay for the monthly subscription service to remote start your car. And I was like, I don't want to. And he said, well, it's great. There's a lot of great features in the app. You're going to love it. And I was like, I don't want any of the features. I just want to remote start my car. So you actually have to pay for 2 services to remote start your car. There's like the safety package, which is however many dollars a month. And then there's a security package. And you can only get the security package if you get the safety package. So it's like $15 a month to remote start your car if you get a Subaru. Now I called and complained and there was some promo or whatever and I was able to get it for $5 a month for the year. But now it just keeps charging my card a $1 hold and not actually going through. So PSA to everybody, because I know we're all sick of subscription-based services in the year 2026. If you're getting a new Subaru and you want to remote start your car or use any of the features on the app like lock, unlock, lights, trunk, etc., you have to pay a monthly subscription fee. PSA to anybody looking for a new car, because I don't know what other dealers are doing this, but Subaru for sure is. So PSA to anybody looking for a new car. Ask if you have to pay a monthly subscription fee for the app or to remote start your car. You're welcome.
Hey, most salesmen ain't gonna lie to you. They just want to get that deal done. And I'm gonna be honest with you. They if you be like, hey, I need a subscription. Does this car come with a subscription? They gonna be like, no, you good. Here's the app. They might even go in there and pay for it themselves for you the first month, and then you kind of start the next month. So
yeah, they do that.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
That's
yeah,
right. Oh yeah, we'll give you the 1 year free, because then you know after that you're just gonna have it automatically on the payment thing, and you just be paying for it forever.
Yeah,
it's absolute bullshit. It used to be on the key fobs. Everything used to be on the key fob. No. Now key fob has just lock, unlock, everything else you want is through an app that you have to pay money.
Yeah, you know, actually, I forget now what it is. Either it is either the car I have now or my old car. One of them did. It had that same thing where it's like it became after I think 6 months you had to pay the subscription. I think it came with like a 6-month subscription. And like am I allowed to say like names of A on here?
I don't care.
Okay, well, all right. I'm gonna say a name, Alexa. Okay.
I see. Heard you.
All right. Never mind. A. I say.
Yeah, we say A. A means her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the same thing with her. Okay. That she, like, once Amazon hooked you into like turning on your lights with her and all this other stuff. Now all of a sudden you got to pay for all these subscriptions. When she first came out a couple of years ago, nobody had to pay. But now suddenly it's like, oh, well, here's your hijacked wedding list or whatever, like for the playlist. And you don't even get what you want anymore because you got to pay. It's like crazy.
And they give you, I got like 200 songs on our list.
I know.
They play like 50 songs and that's it. You know, it's, what are you going to do?
So Marty has a 2012.
I know, I was just reading that.
Yeah.
Do it. Go ahead.
And yeah, exactly. She fixed the engine and stuff, and you know, she got a warranty on the new engine. She's keeping it going. Even 2012.
Good for you, girl.
2012 is good because it is old enough where it doesn't have a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
But the whole thing I get worried about, because I'm a conspiracy theorist, is EMP attacks. EMP attacks would still kill that car because it would fry the computer system.
What's the EMP attack?
Full engine, 100% guaranteed. That's good.
I would say stick with like 1980s and prior. You know, this way it's bare minimum electric that you can work around.
Is an old car.
I like a car that where there's 8 wires in the whole car and that's it. All right.
I mean, he's going to have us going back to the Walton days of driving, you know?
John Boy, Johnny inside town.
Twist 2 or 3 wires and the car still works.
Yeah, but see, she said she don't use any of that crap anyway, whatever you were just saying. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, mine's a my 2002 was my newest car.
Oh, my God. It's nothing but a headache.
Your newest car is what?
2002.
2002.
That's as new as I'm willing to go.
It's new. It's new.
It's not.
Yeah, that's why I just use other people's cars.
Yes, exactly. Because this
mine's always broken.
He fixes something else goes. One day it'll be perfect.
One day. I always say when I have $50,000 to put into it, it'll be perfect.
But that's like crazy.
And then it'll be a new car.
You could have bought a new car.
I'd rather make that a new car again because it's so simplistic. Even the 2002, very little. I mean, it still has the computer system. So, Marnie, I'm in the same boat as you with that one if an EMP hits. But that's why I want to get the truck down the road, the 88. I think it was an 88.
Yeah, it's 88 or 87.
And I still want, I love my 1978. I had a 1978 Chevy K10, which is like the big Bronco looking one, but Chevy. I had a 79 F250. I love that truck. 3-speed manual with a button overdrive, which is so weird. You have 3-speed manual and then a button on top as an overdrive for a 4th gear on a manual. Weird, but that thing was I love that truck. My first truck was an 82 F-150 with dual gas tanks. Oh, one of my favorite trucks ever. I love it. It's so simple, so, kind of ugly, but beautiful. Anyway, I can talk forever about that.
Yes, you can. You need to hear it, Tom G.
I love my old cars. Yeah, baby. All right, so guys, do we have anybody here that eats? Have you guys ever had turkey burgers?
A while back.
I mean, I can't picture why you'd want a turkey burger, but
because it's supposed to be healthier a while back.
Yeah, it's like might as well eat a veggie burger.
Who told you that? The FDA?
I don't know. And veggie burgers are delicious, actually. They used to be anyway.
You had a veggie burger?
Yes,
I had a veggie chicken thing one time, and it tastes like chicken, but the texture was all off. It felt like it was
Morningstar Farms used to make such a good veggie burger. Oh, it was delicious.
Well, with turkey burgers, watch out if you buy them because apparently they're foaming and stuff. This person here, watch that. This person bought some veggie burgers and he put them on the grill. They started doing this. He's like, "What the hell? Are they putting soap or something in these burgers to clean them?" Very weird. Looks a little freaky.
Man, I'm afraid to eat now.
Oh. I saw that.
Somebody tell me why.
Isn't that weird?
No, I saw that.
Okay. Yeah.
Like they're.
I actually, believe it or not, I was cooking something on our grill. Now, 3 months ago, it wasn't chicken. Oh, what was it? I think it was pork chops or something.
Okay. Either or.
What the hell is that crap?
It almost looks like when you cook an egg and you have the yolk around the egg.
Somebody, I've seen some stuff like,
but that much? That's crazy.
Yes, well,
no, not
didn't
that,
do that much, but it did do it. I kept saying, I was like, why is this doing this?
Little freaky. What is this? Wow.
370,000 miles on her Jeep Cherokee.
On a Jeep?
Jeep Grand Cherokee 2004.
Really?
Limited V8. Well, the V8 engine.
I had an 88 Jeep Cherokee that was yellow. I actually really liked that car. I did. It used to wobble when you went over 50. Really wobble at 60. But it ran really good otherwise.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't know.
She said the older the better, too. She bought the loudest wireless speaker from Denmark to piss the neighbors off.
I think you told us that story in another message, too. I remember that story before.
Marnie, we definitely have to get together.
Yes,
me, we do.
You could definitely sit right here. You can sit right here next to us. You sit here.
Or we can send a link too. We can do the whole wireless thing. I still got to figure out how to do it, but let us know whenever you're interested, and we'll just pregame it a couple days beforehand, make sure everything works. We'll do like a test run.
That'd be cool.
And then you can hop on a show, through via stream or so. I don't know how it works. Never done it before, but I know there's a way.
Yeah, there's got to be a way. Where there's a will, there's a way, and there's a will. So there's a way. There you go.
Bitty.
And with the cars too, a new thing that you were going to see, because you see, like back in the day, you didn't need emissions and stuff. And states started doing emission tests, and some states don't do it. Some states, I think Florida, you still don't even have to have one. But they want your car a certain way to drive on the roads.
Yeah.
California has put out a new law where you can only use certain. If you have your tire blows out, and you have to replace your tire. You can only get a certain types of tires. Otherwise, you can't drive on the roads. It's illegal.
Yeah, I know.
What kind of shit like that? So they're going to limit to a point where you can only buy 2 or 3 different branded tires, and it's all just money laundering and just all bullshit for the elites.
They're all getting richer. And California's the wave of the future.
Yeah.
People don't realize that.
The wave of the chef of the future.
I know, because if it happened to California,
can Corey Apple?
Yeah.
Oh, it can Corey Apple.
But here's what I'm talking about, guys.
California regulators approved new rules that will limit the type of tires you can buy when it's time to replace them on your car.
Yeah, while the California Energy Commission says that this is meant to save money for consumers, tire makers say that this will add to the cost of living here in the state. And Case Area 3 was the only TV station at the meeting today. Case Area 3 political director Ashley Zavala was there to watch the vote. So walk us through what this is supposed to do.
This was a lengthy hearing, and ultimately the California Energy Commission, in a unanimous vote, approved new rules that will phase out the sale of replacement tires that are currently sold in California that do not meet certain energy efficiency standards. It's expected to eliminate most of the tires that are right now sold in this state. The goal is for consumers to save money on gas or electricity if you have an EV by having more efficient tires. At the center of this is a tire's rolling resistance, or how much energy a tire uses as it rolls down the road. Lower resistance means a vehicle uses less gas or less electricity. New cars generally come with efficient tires, but consumers typically replace them with higher rolling resistance tires. This new rule comes in phases in California.
All right, but come on.
Energy efficient tires.
Come on, what the? It doesn't make sense.
They actually
you know what they say it, and there are people who will believe it.
And they're actually looking out for us.
They're trying. They care. They want our cars to be more energy.
I know. And now it's safety. And my God, it's fucking crazy. And if it happens in California, it's gonna bleed out. It's gonna bleed out to other states because California sets the precedent.
It does.
In the rest of the country, it's spreads.
And I mean, I don't know, Marnie and stuff. I don't know really how old you are or anything. And I'm not asking because you don't have to tell me or anything. But the thing is that people like our age. I remember in the '60s, everybody said California sets the precedent. Mm-hmm. Even back then, trends for music, trends for clothes, whatever they all did in Hollywood and California. Then New York and stuff, and the East Coast was about a year or so off. And that's just the way it always went. So this is going to be, all over now.
Because
another great idea coming out of the left coast.
But you know what? So many of the younger people today will be like, yes, they're energy efficient.
Yes.
You can tell those kids anything. The kids between, I'd say, I really don't want to say 25, but because I do know smart kids at 25. And I'm not saying every kid. That's why I said.
No, it's just that society, like the school system, everything is dumbed down our kids. Yes. Not that they're dumber. They just have not learned.
They haven't been educated enough.
They haven't been educated in the right way. They're educating them different.
Absolutely.
They make them more dumber, but not actually them more dumb. They're not dumber people.
Yeah.
They're just not.
Let's just say if you're a 12th grader,
without insulting anyone, because it's not an insult to you.
No, it's
not your fault. You're still just as smart as we are. No smarter than it's just that they purposely done this to you.
Yes, it's like
dumb them down. They've been doing this for 40,
how many
50
weeks
years.
are in a year, or how many weeks are in a month and stuff, or how to read
an
old clock, or even how to write script. They did this one video where they're going around to all these 20-year-old kids, and they're showing them zebra, the word zebra written in script. is this another language? Like,
Right?
now one person knew what the hell that was. Like, what are you showing me? Arabic? Like, what is this? I don't know.
But if you go to Asian kids are geniuses. Those kids, every kid.
Well, again, they're just as smart. They're just taught different things when they're younger. It's all you teach the kid when they're young, when their brain is the most.
Now, they also need to respect their parents, that they know that they don't think their parents are dumb. And I'm not being like any kind of racist, but Asian people
they're very strict.
to learn.
Those kids are educated.
We lived next door when we lived on Long Island. We lived next door to an Asian family. Those kids knew how to play 4 instruments. They had to practice each one on different nights of the week. Their parents spoke, and this is what they did. What their parents said. I mean,
you put your mind. You're not sitting. You're not playing video games. You're putting your mind into. You're playing instruments. We saw it.
Yeah,
you know, and
we heard it too. Remember
and we heard it too.
Oh yeah, next door. Yeah,
but they were good kids.
And they did not have. They had a backyard. There was never a swing set in it. No. You were to study and focus.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's the way to raise kids, because I don't think that's the way.
Exactly. I don't either.
Too strict,
I don't either.
There has to be something in between.
But there's got to be you're right.
But there was something recently, and I don't know what it was, but it was something that I was reading on, and I don't remember what it was, but they said that in the olden days, when we all talked about like the olden days when I had babies and stuff, and everybody was fine. Right? They were like, these young kids are telling people that are my age, no, back then, when you were kids, when people say, I know families that had 13 kids and everybody lived. I knew families that had 6 kids, everybody lived. And they're trying to say, no, you have no clue how many kids died back then. Almost every one of the kids died back then. And somebody actually commented, like, then there would be no people today.
Well, they're trying to tell kids nowadays that if you give your kid water, it's going to kill it.
Yes.
Water's going to kill your baby. Yes. Like, how is water going to...
Well, I still wouldn't chance it then, because I'm like,
Well, not this hard water, but you know what I mean.
Just like when they had the formula shortage a couple of years back. And they said, if your parents give you the formula that their parents used on them, like whatever the mixture is, don't use it. It will kill your child immediately type thing. And then the kids are getting panicked, you know, because they hear these things.
I know. They scare everybody. Get your vaccine.
Yes.
Don't ask questions.
Don't get on the vaccine.
I know. I'm just saying. That's all they were saying back then.
And Marnie, your kids are smart because
they're smart asses too. That's cute.
Your age, I'm not going to say it. I have respect, but you don't look your age. I'll give you
that.
Definitely don't look your age. I would have thought a decade earlier.
Yes.
And it's because of your age that your kids are smart because you were still born in that good time, you know, where you knew how to raise kids and we knew what to teach them and knew, you know, not like nowadays.
Wow, good for your daughter to beat dyslexia. That's very good. Okay. Wow. Very good.
I didn't see that part. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good. You know what? Congratulations, Don.
Well, dyslexia, I kind of have that too, though. I've never died. I do it all the time. I mix up numbers and letters. I can't. I'm just like, what? All the time. There was a few times where we had this conversation. I kept on saying the wrong thing. I'm like, no, I said that. Like, no, you're not. You're saying, no, I said that. Like, I'm like, in my brain, I hear one thing, but I say something else, and I see things backwards, and I don't know, but it works.
Dyslexia? And she taught her daughter how to read and write script. Me too with my kids. Because the school didn't teach them. Not
my
you.
school taught me,
No, I'm talking about my younger ones.
Oh, yeah, no, they didn't. They
had no clue.
Good for you. Yeah. Good for you.
She's a great grandma.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know that. She's been a mom, a grandma, and a great grandma now. Several great grandchildren.
And actually, I raised my 2 granddaughters.
Yeah, she raised her kids, grandkids, and she did a lot of this. That's why she's Mama Dukes. She don't like the name. She likes Sweet better. That's why we say it. But she's my Mama Dukes, man. Back in the trailer mountains, all that. You know, she used to be a lot more ruggish.
She's the matriarch of the family.
Yep, she really is. She is the
the
stone of the whole family.
Listens to me.
She does. We don't want to toot her horn, but she is the rock of our whole family. 100%. She is the rock.
Yeah. What does it mean they want the rainbow kids though? What does rainbow kids mean?
I would think hello. I don't know. That's the only thing I would think of. I could be wrong.
I'm a unicorn.
I'm a cat. Meow meow.
I'm a unicorn.
Wow. Okay. And she does good at math, your daughter. That's a really good thing.
I was great at math too.
I mean, you were a little dyslexic.
I was really, but math was really good. Not like complex math, not like algebra, like all the big things, but regular math. I'm really good with. Really basic math because my education ain't that hard. But I only got my 9th grade, so.
And I actually was a legal bill of.
You gotta be a dad, so.
But for all those years, and I used to transpose numbers all the time. I used to be like,
yeah, I'm very good with little numbers.
Oh my God, I know.
I hate it, man.
But basic, I can't do the x minus y to z minus l t w.
Back in my day in '73,
I can't tell a J and a.
Thank you, Marty.
I graduated in '75. Like a guy like me, you don't want to take math. You don't have to take math. They were doing that shit back then. I was like, okay, that's good for me. That's good for me. I hated math.
The rainbow's the LGBT.
Yes, I know.
That's what I said.
He said that.
Which even the it used to be the LGB community, which was the regular rainbow, but now they have the trans rainbow.
LGBT,
which is like man attractive, kid attractive, girl attractive, boy.
No, but now it's LGBTIQ.
LGBTQIA plus, I think.
Yeah,
or QIA plus.
They got a G in there too for the goats. People that are into goats.
G's are for the gays.
Why? I don't know.